There is a riot in this prison. More than 100 prisoners with serious crimes intend to escape. They are holding sticks to beat the prison guards like playing chess, causing the scene to become extremely chaotic. Seeing that the last iron door is about to be broken, a prison guards proposed to release the prisoner in room number 1408 so that he could quell this riot. But the female captain did not agree and said that since we are police officers, how can we rely on the prisoners? Who would have thought that as soon as they finished speaking, that group of villains had already broken open the iron door. They rushed towards the female prison guards in a panic and ordered their subordinates to rush in to stop them. As a result, they beat them like they were nothing. At this time, an adulterer like my boss aimed at the female captain. She panicked and ran away, but before she could leave, she was hit with a stick that completely destroyed her profile picture. Then he grabbed the captain's neck and beat her hard. The police badge on her shoulder accidentally flew out and fell into room 1408. The female captain took the opportunity to grab the stick for the guy. She took a swipe and turned around to run away. He frantically chased after her. At this moment, the door next to room 1408 opened, causing him to say goodbye. A thought-provoking guy rushed up and was immediately held by Sarda. Hoa Bao Bien punched another guy in the throat with a stick and rushed at him. He punched the pig face down, threw him into the sky, then used Kim Son fist to punch him far away, knocking down a few more guys. The guy risked more blood than blood. His brain was also beaten to death like that. No matter where Sarda went, he had to lie down like dog. The prisoners were so scared that they were scared out of their wits and quickly ran back to their cells. From now on, I don't dare to be violent anymore. After that, Sarda returned the badge to the female captain, picked up the book on the ground, then silently retreated to the Luyan Kui Hoa Bao Gwen room to continue. If the captain felt confused, he would ask for help. With him being so powerful, why didn't he just run away and stay in this prison? Turns out Sarda is a former spy for the Indian intelligence agency. 30 years ago, the Indian army discovered a water source near the border. The world has been poisoned by bad people, and nearby there is a water reservoir that is also the only source of supply for more than 4,000 surrounding households. If this lake is also poisoned, the consequences Sarda really cannot imagine. Ordered by his superiors, he immediately infiltrated the enemy camp to probe for information. Although he successfully sneaked in, after reviewing their action plan, he was accidentally discovered by the enemy commander. The letter was not yet dry. Clearly someone had opened the letter, so he immediately ordered his subordinates to surround Bada and at the same time prepare a new action plan. At this time, the male lead used a disguise technique to change his appearance, Miho of Vietnam, and successfully escaped. He even took the enemy typewriter that was in the middle of preparing a plan, so he learned the real purpose of poisoning the water source. It turned out that the Indian Minister of National Resources had colluding with the enemy to carry out a plan to oppress thugs and lose all humanity. They poisoned the water just to make people afraid and not dare to drink natural water anymore. After that, the minister will establish a company specializing in supplying natural water. His goal is to build a pipeline across India so that every house can drink clean and safe water. But behind that seemingly good project is an extremely sinister conspiracy. The water was originally free to use, but if his plan succeeded, people would have to buy water at high prices. Sarda quickly reported this to his superiors. Knowing that he did not expect that he was also a greedy person, Rator knew that the clean water project would turn into a money printing machine, so his greed arose and immediately ordered Sarda to destroy the minister. But if he let the minister go to altar to watch the chicken float, he would be charged with 10 crimes. He will never be able to return to his homeland. Rator promised Sarda that after completing the mission, he would personally bring 4 black suit MCS to pick up the male lead. Explain the situation clearly to the public. Sarda thought it was true, because he wanted people to have free water to drink immediately. He bluntly came to beg for the minister life. Then he fled to Bangladesh so he could live comfortably. 3 meals with someone to watch his sleep. The male lead deliberately let the water police you successfully caught him and went to jail, waiting for Rator to bring the 4 black brothers to pick him up. But unexpectedly, not long after Sarda entered prison, Rator revealed his evil face. Not only did he accuse Sarda of treason, but he was also cruel. With the intention of killing his brother family, he took over the plumbing project between the minister who had just been logged out of the country and the enemy. In the blink of an eye, 32 years had passed. The plumbing system was completed, just like that, siphoning people money and becoming a billionaire. But that was still not enough for him to make more money. He started using plastic bottles made of toxic materials to store water so the production costs would increase, is significantly reduced. But if you keep drinking such low-quality bottled water, not only will your health weaken, but in the long run you will also likely get cancer. This boy is one of his victims. His mother went to an employee at the water company to get justice for her son, but was immediately dismissed by an employee like him. My boss thought she was crazy and kicked her out. She had to go to a government agency. To intervene, did the official mentioned on the plastic bag clearly state that it should not be exposed to the sun or else side effects will appear? It turned out that Rathore used money to buy dozens of officials while angry. Salini posted an article online to expose the scandal. Unexpectedly, a group of thugs forced her to go to a water factory, then they mercilessly drowned her until she died, and finally threw her body into the sea to disguise the drowning scene, but the police father tried to control her. He did not accept this explanation because there was a large amount of filtered water in Salini's stomach, proving that she had been murdered and then taken away, so he followed the clues to the water factory. I didn't expect to be blocked by a group of thugs. Eve always been at work. I'm tired of anyone getting out of the way and not eating. Aloe. Now a guy with a water bottle is about to sneak a bite at me from behind. Who would have thought Timmy turned around and hit me? Shooting like Ronaldo made his image distorted. Seeing that, the whole group of Gerts immediately grabbed their goods and rushed to play heart to heart, walking with my body against the wall to avoid all the attacks and then respond to help them get some sleep. Well, a guy picked up a water bottle and threw it at me. I immediately used the water line on the floor to whip it and the wave waved away. In less than 2 minutes, a nightingale was sent to the other side of the world. These thugs were punched in the heart, in a battle of survival and death. The leader was so panicked that he quickly revealed the entire truth of the incidents, and the person behind the manipulation was none other than Raider Timmy, who also investigated and found out that before he died, Salini once came to Old Man through his words. Her grandfather knew how to sabotage the plumbing project, which was to use the red number to summon the male lead Sada, who was hiding abroad, to return. This old man was Sada's superior and also Rathore colleagues before he passed away. Salini told her son that if anything happened to his mother, he should send this red letter to show off. When he received the red number, he was so scared that he peed his pants and immediately reported it to Rath. He was worried and told his subordinates absolutely not to let Sada read this letter and deal with him on spot, or else we will change our household registration to live with DM Vong. If the captain can't bear to see his life-saving benefactor being tortured like that, then immediately post the letter, opened the glass door for Sada to see. After seeing the red number, Sada was full of energy. It time to leave this prison. Just as the jailer was about to pull the trigger, Sada showed him the martial arts in the world. The most powerful thing was the speed with which he quickly helped all the prison guards have a peaceful and beautiful grave, then jumped from a high mountain and successfully returned to his hometown. He saw in the newspapers all the news about his last plumbing project. Also realizing that he had been sold out by Rath, he was extremely angry and decided to continue completing his mission, which was to sabotage the water pipes so that everyone could drink water for free. On the other hand, Rathore knew about the boy. Send a letter. He sent an assassin to kill the boy to eliminate the witness, but as soon as he entered the house, he immediately ate a plate that hit him in the head, causing psychological trauma. Sada only used a few basic steps to gently scoop up the assassin body, then took the boy into a secret room where the evidence he had collected that year was contained. Sada possession of this card in his hand could sabotage the plumbing project, but the two did not know that the Special Forces soldier Rathore has reached the place where there are so many of them. How can I escape from this place? I only see a burning piece of paper flying towards me. Then Sada suddenly appears and spits out a large mouthful of alcohol and immediately roasts all the next enemies, drove an armored vehicle through a thick wall, then accelerated and drove straight to the water supply company at lightning speed. The vehicle contained a lot of explosive. Sada's purpose was to sabotage the main pipeline in the city, at the water supply factory. As long as that pipe becomes discovered, the entire water company will collapse. Rathore also realized this, so he quickly arranged for his juniors to stop 11 Sada from rushing into the factory and parking his armored vehicle. Wait for the explosives right about the main pipe. Just open the tunnel door. The car will fall straight down and the explosives on the car will explode when it hits water. But you want to open the tunnel door. Sada will have to overcome the main male raider people. Chain on the water pipe on the ceiling and then jerked it really hard while the steam sprayed out, obstructing the vision of the Special Forces soldier. Sada began to perform the electrocution techniques of the Nam Huan Dao sect. Just like that, the entire group of soldiers were shocked. Seeing that the situation was not good, Thiat started to use dirty tricks. He ordered the staff to open the drain valve so the water would pour into dozens of villages downstream if Sada persisted. Want to destroy the main pipeline, millions of innocent people downstream will be in trouble because of his stubbornness. But when the employee was about to open the valve to drain England, police Timmy promptly arrived to solve the problem. Then he locked the water valve on this side. Sada also destroyed all the enemies. He angrily kicked and broke the bastard boss leg. Then he punched the lever to open the main pipeline door. The truck carrying the explosives just fell straight into the water. Rath and his small company officially returned to the Tathian region. This is the end of the movie. Hello and see you everyone.